We have multiple huge Habs prospect updates, including one on Demidov coming to North America and exactly when he will be meeting with the team, as he will be landing today. We got some more details on that whole Demidov situation, plus some quotes from Lane Hutson and an NHL legend talking about how good he's going to be. Some crazy stuff there. We also got to talk about the Habs draft situation and an incredible update on a draft pick for this year that is not theirs, that they got in a trade a little while ago, and Jacob Fowler, and we have now been informed of when his pro debut will be. We got a bunch of stuff coming up on this episode of Habs Digest. Guys, subscribe to the channel if you're excited about Demidov, about Fowler, about the future of Montreal, getting another great draft pick. We're here to keep you up to date, not only for the playoffs, the draft, free agency, all that stuff. We're so close to 20K. Help us get there. Jesse, let's start this video off, though, with Jacob Fowler, because I'm very excited to talk about him. Now, if you guys were paying attention, yesterday morning we got an update that Connor Hughes, well, he needs a bit more of a medical evaluation. Now, he was Cayden Primeau's backup down in Laval. And look, we know Jacob Fowler. He's been super excited. He came out and said, look, it's not a secret. Growing up a Habs fan, he absolutely loves it. It's kind of a blessing. You want to play where hockey means the most, and I wouldn't want it any different. And just a few hours ago, Marco D'Amico's had a lot of scoops recently. Go follow him on Twitter if you haven't already. Hearing that Jacob Fowler should be making his pro debut on Saturday against the Syracuse Crunch. It'll be a fun weekend, Jesse. I'm excited that we're going to finally see him in net. How hyped are you not only for his start, but what he's been saying so far since joining the Habs organization?
I mean, we're going to remember this in the future. The fact that Ivan Demidov and our boy Jacob Fowler joining the Montreal Canadiens organization almost, back to back, right? It just keeps getting better and better. And we see our boy Jacob Fowler really embracing the pressure cooker that is Montreal. And that's exactly what you want to see. Yes, his confidence is going to serve him very well in this environment. And I mean, guys like Lane Hutson, they're embracing it. Like, why can't Jacob Fowler as well? Like, the Bell Center is going to be absolutely nuts on Monday night when Ivan Demidov is making his arrival. Like, why wouldn't you want to play in that type of environment? This is the best rink in the NHL. The Montreal Canadiens starting to be a team of like gamers only. If you're a gamer and you really want to come play in front of the best fans in the world, then this is the club for you. But if you're not ready for that, then we got other players that are really want that type of life and that type of hockey being played. So Jacob Fowler really kind of buying into the vision. We were hearing as well that he would even get some time, even if Connor Hughes wasn't injured, because let's face it, like, Jacob Fowler is the future, and that's why I'm so excited to see him this Saturday night.
Cannot wait, right? Future of the Habs goaltending. I mean, we hope. Again, you don't want to put too much pressure on all of our guys coming up, but with the way the team's playing right now, it's hard not to be optimistic when finally, for the first time, I think, in a long time, we see a prospect that we're like, this guy's going to be amazing. And we see Slaf come in, and look, I know some people say, oh, first overall, whatever. He has been great. He's been one of the best players, probably the best player in that draft class, other than Lane Hutson, another guy we said, he's going to be great. And he's came in, and he has been great. The people we've drafted are living up to the hype, and that's something I can't wait for. And to see with Fowler, too, it's going to be great. Leave some love for Fowler down below. But Jesse, speaking of the future of the Montreal Canadiens and prospects and stuff, a lot of us, we know Montreal has a lot of draft picks this offseason, right? We've stockpiled a bunch, and we know these things are probably going to be sent off in trades for that mysterious player X, the 2C that we've all wanted to see. But a recent tweet here from Marco D'Amico, again, just highlighting this. Now, you can go check the standings to double-check this confirm. He said, with the OT loss yesterday, the Calgary Flames cannot finish any lower than 22nd overall, meaning they will not finish in the bottom 10. And if you guys remember, that pick we got from Calgary in the Sean Monahan trade back in August of 2022, that gave us a top 10 protected pick, which means right now, barring Calgary winning the lottery with that pick and jumping up there into the top 6 or top 5 or whatever it ends up being, Montreal's going to get their pick because it can't fall into that protection range. Jesse, for a team that's finally making the playoffs, most likely, not guaranteed yet, but again, it's looking like it, with a team that's going to make the playoffs, to get another pick like in the top 15, top half of the draft right now is kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, do you think we pick it at this pick and maybe trade our own later? Regardless of what we do, at the very least, this is an incredible trade chip, or we get our chance to pick a prospect in what seems to be a decently strong draft.
And I think that's definitely a fluid situation because of that. Because, with the great drafting that we're having from the Montreal Canadiens, we can very much get an impact player at this position. Very similar to where we picked a Caufield, a Cayden, Guhle, guys who are huge parts of this team which would really be benefiting other teams if they were on there. Toronto Maple Leafs wanted Cayden Guhle so bad. Too bad. We got him. It was us that doing the great drafting right now. Obviously amazing for the Habs that the Flames aren't getting into that postseason. They did definitely exceed those expectations, but kind of finding that sweet spot of like not quite in the top 10 where we can kind of get that pick as well and then missing out on the postseason there. You have to feel, Josh, like with that 16th overall pick, our pick as well, there's a good chance for the right player that both of those could get packaged as trade bait there. That's going to be on the board. There's obviously the other option, which Kent Hughes seems to like to use a lot, of trade one, keep one in the first round, which is kind of that hybrid solution, which I really like there as well. Or, obviously even just packaging both of those to maybe get higher up, kind of selection as well, either for an established player or for another pick. And again, we're just that would be a great move because again, we're just solidifying that pipeline for so many years to come. So although we do need that 2C player, there's also a lot of merit to that type of move as well. So Kent is really going to kind of feel out the situation here. His mind's already set on that next move. And the great news just really continues for the Habs.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, again, everything just keeps falling into place. Getting this pick, that Monahan deal is going to go down as like, I know it was like kind of a simple thing in the grand scheme of things, like, but acquiring him, getting this first round pick, and then shipping him off for another first round pick is one of the biggest fleeces in the past few years, I think. And honestly, super happy for Sean Monahan to get his career back on track as well. He's had a phenomenal season for Columbus. He has been injured for a bit, but he has been point per game basically when he's been there. I think he might still be over. Even if he's not, it's been amazing. So just such an amazing thing right now. And I think the big thing you said there, options. It gives Montreal more options, right? The higher the draft pick, the higher the stock in your own players, the more options you have to pursue whatever it is you need to pursue in the offseason. So beyond excited for this, like, we have such a great outlook beyond these playoffs. It's like we get so excited for the playoffs, and as soon as they're over, we got great draft picks. We have free agency. We have trades come. It's so exciting. But again, the most exciting thing right now, Jesse, it has to be our boy Ivan. And we did have an update on his status today. I want to show this here. This is from rg.org. I'll link it down below. Look, he's on the flight. As we record this, he's on flight TK17 over from Istanbul to Toronto. I think the plane's over Quebec as we're recording this. It might be landed by the time you're watching this, but he's on his way. He's joining the Habs very, very soon. He'll spend Friday acclimating and resting after his travel, but the plan is for him to join the Habs on Saturday when they face the Maple Leafs. Jesse, he's coming to Canada. He's going to be in Canada today. But it's not just that. We got some incredible quotes from players, and one is Lane Hutson. We know that Lane and Ivan have been admirers of each other's work. They're both members of the other person's fan club, and Lane said, look, I see all his highlights. He's incredibly special, can play anywhere in the lineup, and I'm excited to see what he can do and what I can do with him too. So before we get on to the NHL Legends take on Demidov, because I think it's cool, what kind of magic are you expecting between Hutson and Ivan? Because, we got the demigod meeting up with the Lane train, and when we're seeing like Lane play with Patrick Laine, and we see the magic that he brings every single night, they bring similar styles in terms of their magic with their stick work, their puck work, their skating. This is a combo I think other NHL fans are going to be jealous of for a long time.
And the creativity really being at the heart of that, and really they're going to elevate each other's games already from a high level, just to be able to, and that's what's so exciting about this, Josh, is how they'll really be able to really complement each other. The way that they both see the game a couple steps ahead. Like, we see what Lane Hutson is doing. He is going to benefit from having an Ivan Demidov around, not just in the playoffs now when it really matters, but also for next year as well, and definitely vice versa, just kind of all the way through the lineup. Again, unreal that our boy Ivan Demidov landing in Canada as we speak. It's getting real, landing in TO. The thing about Ivan Demidov, though, is that this guy is the best prospect that the Montreal Canadiens have had in a long time. For sure, Lane Hutson, mentions to Slav, Suzuki. Obviously, we've had Caufield from the beginning. They're all doing amazing things, but if we're talking like from a pure pedigree, even though Demidov wasn't selected first overall, he just feels like the best prospect that this team has had in such a long time. Like, for sure, it's not even a given, though, for him, like, for how well Hutson has done, for Demidov to come over and to have, like, a better season than Hutson even did this year. That's how amazing it is what he's done, but he absolutely has the ability to do so, and just the fact that he will be playing with the man, the wonder, in Lane Hutson as well, just has to help those chances of happening as well.
Yeah, it's crazy that we're like, Lane Hutson's literally having a historic rookie season, and we're like, you know what? Ivan's might even be better. Like, that's what we're talking about now. And yeah, like, unreal to have both these guys in the same team. Cannot wait for Ivan to make his NHL debut on Monday versus Chicago. Again, he'll join the team Saturday. He'll play Monday. Jet lag is no joke, folks, if you've made those kind of trips before. But we also got to dive into one final thing. I thought this was really cool, and it goes to, you know, again, just how hyped we are for him to play in North America. You got some people saying, oh, you know, he's going to take him a while to acclimate to the ice. Could be true, might not be, but Sergei Fedorov had this to say. I'll link this down below as well from another RG.org article. He said, look, he starts off by saying, look, no one teaches you how to play there in North America, talking about Russian guys going over. Even in the NHL, they just expect results. You get thrown into games and they come back less confident, maybe even worse off. Yeah, but Demidov is special, though. He sees the ice, controls the puck, skates with confidence at his age. That's very rare. I really like the way he plays. So just to finally cap off this video, Jesse, to hear this kind of talk from a guy that he even draws some comparisons to Demidov occasionally, Sergei Fedorov, and we hear Kirill Kaprizov, stuff like this. He knows what it's like. Sergei knows exactly what it's like. And to have this kind of immediately saying, look, it's tough. They come back worse. But Demidov is special, though. I just find that crazy and so, like, I don't know, so exciting as a fan waiting for this guy to come over.
For sure, especially a guy that knows a little something about winning and kind of key moments there. In Fedorov, just saying here, but like he's really getting at the root of what makes Ivan Demidov so special. And that's the fact this guy wants the puck. He wants to have it. He wants to own it, but it's not for him. It's for the benefit of the team. But he just knows how much of a star player that he is and how he can control the game by really having the biscuit on his stick. And again, with that skating, making things happen. Ivan Demidov is the type of player where if you give him an inch of space on the ice, he's going to take it a mile. He's going to take it right to the net. He's going to take any space that you give him because he's opportunistic and he knows how to take advantage of those soft spots on the ice there. So again, this is big praise. I was kind of waiting for Sergei Fedorov to kind of weigh in to all of this here right now. And we're seeing like right now, we're just having it from everybody where they're saying like so many ex-NHL players are saying like he was good in the KHL. He's going to be actually better in the NHL when he's actually playing with some pros, getting more of that consistent ice time, really getting into that groove. And that's where the magic is going to happen, not only for Demidov, but also this team.
Cannot wait. It's going to be beyond exciting. Let us know what you guys think about him being in Canada tonight, Thursday night. Hey, maybe it's already happened by the time you're watching this. In fact, probably, but let us know your feeling on that. What Lane had to say, that duo, what that's going to look like, Jacob Fowler, so many things going right for Montreal down below. We'd love to hear from you, but that'll do it for this episode of Habs Digest. And hey, if you enjoyed this episode, even if you're watching in the background, yeah, you in the other tab. I know some people do that. You laid your phone to the side to fold your laundry, whatever it is. Come back and hit that subscribe button. Double check because we're so close to 20,000 and we want to keep you up to date every single day for a long time to go. I'm Josh Gosse, my co-host, Jesse Poirier. We'll catch you in the next one.